Get ready for the next battle, ladies, gentlemen, Zaydem, Severos, in between. My name is SPF Dark, and we're coming at you live here at Under Pressure to bring you yet another edition of From the Ink Up. Now, before I get too ahead of myself, though, I am joined by someone else here tonight.
Hello. If you've been to Under Pressure streams before, I am Topic. A little bit of a mix-up. I usually do Block 2, but today I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do Block 1, and that's exactly what we're doing, but we're gonna have our first matchup coming to you really, really quick. We have Shark Bites versus Sheer Cold on one of my favorite Tetris pieces in the game, Splat Zones, Barnacle and Dime. No time for introduction, we're hopping straight into it.
Straight into it, indeed. I'm very excited and eager to see exactly what these two teams will be bringing to the table. I mean, Barnacle Dime Zones is kind of an odd bot out there. There really isn't too much to really stand out from. Like, there is the opening ramp to really, like, kind of lock people out on, but then again, it's not that bad as other maps. But I'm eager to see exactly what unfolds here.
I mean, yeah, we're gonna see here as we do see a roller being brought out from one of the sides. Very interesting. Of course, I personally like roller. I think it's really good on this map, especially if getting under the snipe area. But I see a very interesting weapon, the Sorella tent, coming out from Shark Bites. I like that weapon because just as you see right there at the top of your screen, it's just a very imposing force. It just gets you in super quickly as Shark Bites, taking full advantage of that, getting all the way to Sheer Cold's court in the first 30 seconds with just picks going down left and right. The cooler for Sheer Cold trying to do something here. That's one, that's two, drop roller, going crazy, going for three, and there's the quad, the grand slam. What an opening for Shark Bites in the first minute, in the first matchup from the Ink Up this week.
A very good opening gathered by Shark Bites, taking the points all the way down to 30s and counting still. The Ink Sharks coming into does neutralize that zone and is going to take this zone back to Sheer Cold's control as Shark Bites are being forced to back a bit. Not without an Ink Zuki to the face, though. This Tenebella has stayed alive a lot longer than it probably should have, putting a bit of damage in Sheer Cold before finally parting ways. And now Shark Bites are coming in, getting ready for the re-engage, as you see the Tactical and the Killer Whale coming out from Sheer Cold's side.
I mean, yeah, and I think this is what Shark Bites' whole game plan is to keep the tent alive, keep the tent doing what they want to do. Unfortunate trade there for the hammer, but I think the whole plan for Shark Bites is to get the tent into a very awkward position. As you see right there, Fire Corgi gonna get one, Falco trying to get that fight, staying alive somehow, getting the pick on them, but the Zipcaster will take them out eventually. So I think for Shark Bites, your entire goal is to get the tent into position and then get your enemies focus on the tent. Because tent is like a Tetra in a different sense, where it's meant to be a distraction. It's meant to get your enemy's attention looking somewhere else.
Attention driving is exactly what this tent wanted to do, and maybe not on the point though just yet, as that tick timer is slowly ticking down. Only 3 ticks remaining, but there's only 2 members of Shark Bites left up, and without any contest there, Sheer Cold is able to dominate, have that game 1 locked in place.
I mean, listen, that's just kind of what they want to do. Sheer Cold, they use the tent really effectively. I think that's kind of the whole plan around their comp was, they had a wiper, they had the knot, they had the brush, they had very, I don't want to say short, well yes, I guess the wiper and the brush are short range weapons. You have these weapons that are kind of trouble getting in, I will say. So having a tent, just a movable shield going with you, that takes a lot of pressure off these frontliners to find their way in. And as we saw right there with the first even with the first minute of the game, just the tent kind of imposed its will, and it allowed Sheer Cold to get a lot more space than Shark Bites would have wanted them to get.
Yeah, commanding all that space. The tent. It's one of the things I really love about the tent as well, just being able to like command so much space and be able to bring so much attention onto yourself, while the rest of your team, just setting up the rest of your team to be able to just go on either crazy flanks or just take the ground they needed to take zone or just get the Rainmaker path going and whatnot. I personally really love it, and I would advocate it to be used more. But man, what an opening that was still. Game number 1. We are in a playoff 3-2, so we will be getting 3 games regardless of the outcome of this next map mode, which is Museum Dolphincino with Rainmaker.
Yeah, and I think that this is another map mode where the tent can shine, since this map for better or for worse, comes down to the ramp on either your plat or enemy plat. If you can get control of ramp, you're basically in control for most of the first checkpoint, and you can get access to plat, which is very useful. And I think if you're a sheer cold, getting tent on the enemy plat is going to be your number one priority. That's going to be your win con, because if you can do that effectively, you take away a lot of space that shark bites have to work around.
Yeah, the tent here is a very strong pick here. I agree with that, and especially on the plat, like you mentioned, there's a lot you can work with on the tent on the plat to just be a very annoying distraction or to be your frontliner to be able to make space for the rainmaker. It's a good versatile pick here to be able to do different types of playstyles, and I'm eager to see exactly if that tent stays around for the fact of the matter, or if it gets swapped out for something else.
Oh, you are gonna see. It looks like sheer cold, no changes for them. And on the side of Shark Bites, we're all gonna switch over to the custom blaster. I can see it because Splashdown is very good at clearing space. It could be very useful, especially getting onto plat, since you can affect plat very quickly. But it looks like sheer cold is putting their foot on the gas, almost immediately getting straight onto shark bites plat. However, with a power, this may be a first push of the game starting up here.
And a very good opening push. The power climb already at the ready for Shiro Cole, just waiting to see the right opportunity to just go in and get that power climb deposited. And with the shield and the hammer going in the front line, that power climb is scored. With the rain is being used to try and scatter shark bites as best they can. As even more clams are being deposited, the Inkzuka comes out to create even more chaos. Kill Well does come out in response from shark bites to hopefully flush out members of Shiro Cole. And with 2 down, literally a third here as they give their life to get a few extra clams in the clam basket. Shirokode is forced to retreat as shark bites cleans up their plans.
I mean, yeah, I think that was possibly the most ideal scenario for shark bites, because for clam blitz, your main goal is to get your first push under 60, and thankfully for shark bites, sheer cold, they did use a lot of specials, they used a lot of resources, but then got down to 62, so there is still a chance for them to kind of come back in this game. But looks like sheer cold getting one more in there. Fire Corgi in the background, they're gonna go down. They're gonna get a jumper though, as Sully here is gonna be the last one forced to back away. So some solid defense from shark bite you see out here, just making sure that no more members of Sheer Cold are on their plat.
A good hold by Shark Bites here, and now they're looking to try and turn their attention to mid, see exactly who can get that first pick so they can get the momentum rolling. Killer Will being used to create some chaos in the mid lane. The 10th because come in and try and play off that havoc, but no, with a wipeout from Shark Bite, Sheer Cold is just be able to walk up to this power clam basket and just deposit that power clam without any issue whatsoever, getting a bit more on their lead, and then some as the Octopus gives their life to get a few extra power clams in that basket.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, they get a couple more in. They got 10 more points, but Fire Corgi is a real pain in Shark Bite's side, just with the 10, just being able to take so much attention to themselves, as we do see the members of Sheer Cold just consistently jumping into the plat, consistently putting the pressure onto Shark Bites, not allowing them to get set. As we see already, despite they just pushed, they're already back in position, slowly forced to throw up the power clam, try to get something. Their drop roll is going to go down. All beta, the last one left, they're gonna go down as well, and that will be an end of a push before it even starts. But we have 2 minutes left in this game, and for a majority of it, if not all of it, all of Shark Bites' plays have been from their plat. They haven't really been allowed to push past mid at all.
Yeah, Shiriko has been doing a very good job keeping the gas pedal to slam down, keeping this aggression going. With 3 down once again, they're in prime position to maybe further extend their just dominant lead right now. 52 points remaining with a 14-point penalty. That power clam does not get through those penalty points quite yet, but with a few extra clams, they can still score some more extra on top of that. But it's right now, it's a 1-for-1 trade. Rain's gonna be used to try and create some space on top with the splash down from Shark Bites in defense. It's not quite enough as that power clam is used to open up the basket, and now Shark Bites are being forced to try and defend as best they can, and they do get 3 down, defending successfully yet again, bringing their score down to 46 points remaining. Sheer Cold are being forced to reset yet again.
Yeah, they're forced to reset, but at this point, this is a death by 1,000 cuts, because I think that was Sheer Cold's 4th or 5th push of the game, or time they broke the basket. So yeah, they're getting a lot of small pushes, but these small pushes are accruing up very, very slowly because as you can see, we're down, Sheer Cold's down to 46 left. Points remaining, and Shark Bites have yet to get on the enemy side. It's the first time, I believe, in the entire game that they're at least approaching plat. But then the problem becomes, where is the tent? Okay, never mind, the tent is gone. So that's a really, really big help for them as Albedo's gonna go down as well. That's gonna be another one down the splash down to create some space. There's the first score, getting it down to 54. Hold on. We're gonna see Shark Bites in striking distance. They're gonna take the lead by 1 point. Nitwit gonna get one more clam and getting it down to 42. And just like that, actually no, Luna with a couple more clams getting it down to 39. Nitwit's gonna go down. Enki forced it back up. Falco, Luna are also gonna be down. So just like that, at the flip of a hat, at the tip of a switch, it's just completely changed, and now it's up to Sheer Cold to get a really good push going here to take back the lead.
And we're gonna be hitting into overtime with this game state right now. But the thing is that we're gonna be careful for is that Sheer Cold only needs 10 points to be able to take this lead and break through the penalty points. And with the only power cloud left in their hands, stuck on the enemy plat, no other opportunity to be able to get that power climb all the way to the basket in time. Maybe only 30 seconds remaining in this overtime scenario. They have to just move as quickly as they can through this onslaught, but Shark Bites hold on too strong and defense is too strong. They take this game too.
I mean, what else can I say? It took them about 4.5 minutes, but they eventually got it. It eventually broke through Sheer Code's defense because for a majority of that game, as we saw, they Shark Bites did not get on the enemy side. It took the very last, I'd say, major team fight of the game for it to go in the Shark Bites' favor, and that just allowed them to open the flood baskets to just let the dam fall, and they were able to get down to 39 in one push, and then it just became all 4 members could just decide to back up and not take any risky fights, and it forced Sheer Cold to kind of just run forward without any thoughts. They just had to get on the board, and thankfully for Shark Bites, they took full advantage of that.
Yeah, it is a very testament to Shark Bites' just stamina to be able to like withstand all those constant pushes from Sheer Cold and not falter at the very end, being able to go in for one major just slam dunk right at the end and just take lead right when overtime, or not right before when overtime hit, when pressure's at its all-time high. That's a very well done to just be able to the slow and steady game there. And man, oh man, I'm excited to see who ends up taking this set here as we move on to game number 3, which is going to be Undertow Spillway on tower control.
Yeah, and I think we can both agree that this is basically a 2 checkpoint map, right? Because the first checkpoint is like a hop, skip, and jump away.
Yeah.
Both teams usually break that within the first 20 seconds. So we're going to consider this a 2 checkpoint map. But I think I could also, well, I do think Tent will be good here. Maybe not as effective because the tower path. Actually, no, scratch that. I think Tent is really, it could be good on defense, especially at the second checkpoint, because you can send your shield from that, the gray area, if you know what I'm talking about, to the tower, and you can actually affect it, push people off. So I think that could be really good. But other than that, I could see Sheer Cold potentially switch to a different Brella. I don't, they could stick with 10 because it worked for them, but maybe a bit of a switch up. Maybe we're going to see the regular Brella. I don't know, maybe if they're feeling like it, maybe maybe an undercover Brella.
Yeah, the dreaded undercover Brella coming out here. I would be all for, simply for the entertainment purposes. But yeah, I know, I do think I agree with that. The fact that Tenebrella is maybe not as optimal here, but it can be good in the right situations here, means that it might be able to be, it might be swapped out for something more consistent or more better or more comfortable for these players, depending on how they want to play out here. I mean, this is game 3, so all the marbles are on here on this game, but no, they do decide to stick with the Tenebrella here.
I mean, yeah, no changes from either side. They feel comfortable with what they have. And now, if you're Sheer Cold, I think what you learned from that last game is you gotta go for the killing blow right away. You can't wait. You can't let them, you can't let Shark Bites build up that momentum. That's right here. They're doing the exact same thing they did the first game. They're getting the momentum quickly. They're getting that first push. They're getting those first strikes, but unfortunately, they're gonna get punished super quickly by shark bites.
It's a very much a bait and switch kind of deal for shark bites for them to just give like a little bit in the beginning. That way they can just turn and flip the fights on Sheer Code and just punish them heavily after scoring just a few handful of points. And now Sheer Code are struggling a little bit as they're 2 down as this tower is past that first checkpoint, heading to that second checkpoint. Another player's down. They're staggering a bit as Shark Bites keeps this ball rolling.
I mean, this is the use of bubble, as you can see, just giving shark bites a little bit of wiggle room to work with by having the bubble in a really good spot. But unfortunately for them, Drawful is going to able to get 2, looking for the triple. Nitwit's going to go down. So thankfully, if you're Sheer Code, that push did not result in them getting checkpoint. You can now stop the momentum, get some back onto your side. Unfortunately, that 10's going to go down there. But so that's going to take a lot away from them as Sheer Code going another one down. Enki there at the bottom of your screen, moving up to the top in the mid. Just getting, I think they got 3. That's going to be 4 in a row for them. So just absolute momentum killer for Sheer Code.
Integral that first checkpoint's still up from both sides, but it may go down here in favor for Shark Bites as Sheer Code is struggling a little bit here in the mid. But no, as I say, that 2 does go down for Shark Bites, means they have to play their time here and wait for the remaining members of their team to regroup as Sheer Code is just trying to press the advantage, press his momentum, get that ball shifting. But no, they do manage to hold on strong. The hammer from mid does take another one though. It's just a back and forth fight here in mid as both of these teams are popping special after special to try and maintain any sort of leverage over one another as they can, but it's looking still to be like a stalemate slightly in Sheer Code's favor though.
I mean, yeah, they're the ones in mid, but unfortunately, just like Shark Bites are going to go down. It's been really even for the last like minute and a half. It's been very back and forth, very neutral. Anytime one team tries to push, they get punished right away. Fire Core can be the last one on tower with the whole mob of Shark Bites coming towards them. Unfortunately, they're going to be forced to jump out. And now Shark Bites may be a chance to get some more points, but with how this game's been going, especially in the last like minute and a half, I wouldn't be surprised if their push gets stopped almost before it even has a chance to start as Fire Corgi. And they actually, quick switch, we both forgot to mention, is that Corgi went over to the vac tent. So a bit of tower protection. I believe that one also has squid beacons, if I want to recall correctly. So
yeah,
get their team in much easier. But so far, Sheer Code, they got 3 members of Shark Bites down. They're in a good spot. Only Luna is there on that left-hand side. They're gonna go down as well. So Sheer Code's gonna take the lead and potentially break through the checkpoint.
That checkpoint breaking is very important for Sheer Code, for if they can break through that, they have a much easier time to try and further their lead. And that checkpoint is down. Sheer Code are down 2 players, but they're still fighting for this tower to get as far forward as they can. The splashdown view is on the left-hand side to take that octopus down, and it might be a dead push here for Sheer Code, but the damage is done. Shark Bites are now looking to try and see who's going to be coming up next from Sheer Code to stop that tower, so that way they can get ready for this counter defense and get their own push going.
I mean, yeah, the Shark Bites, they have the whale, they pop the cooler, they have the bubble in a second, so they still have a lot of resources to go through. They still have a lot of specials they can use to forward their momentum. Enki there is going to get a really nice pick to protect the tower. But now Shark Bites, they have a minute left to go. They have to go about 25, 26 points if they want to take the lead, but Sheer Code looking to just hold on here for dear life at this point. As you see, one's going to go down, but the question becomes, can they take control of that top side right in front of that second checkpoint? Can they keep control of that? And so far, they can answer that question and say yes, but Fire Corgi in the background, as you see, just flanking the tower, they're gonna go down. The defense from Sheer Code is gonna clamp down onto Shark Bites, as they're gonna try to keep going as far as they can.
It's been just a constant 1-for-1 trade here, but I think this battle is slowly being lost by Sheer Code. Shark Bites are now amounting this small snowball to a bit of an avalanche here, as that checkpoint's now broken. The players are still alive from both ends, but Sheer Code is down 2, Shark Bites down 2, Killabow's up and just causes mayhem. And it's a wipeout, potential wipeout here if Nitwit can stay alive for a little bit longer and just hold on. And with the lead taken, there's going to be a scramble to take control of the tower, and they do have control of the tower, bringing us to overtime. But one crucial misstep here could end Sheer Code's run.
I mean, but Sharkbite's looking to just go as quickly as they can. Thankfully, Fire Equation to pop the vac, but it did not matter. A flank from that left-hand side will end the game. And Sharkbites, after being punched in the mouth in that first game, they're able to recover, try to take game number 2 as a learning step, as a stepping stone for them, and just win game number 3 and just win the set.
A good use of that first game to truly figure out how Sheer Code wants to play and adjust from that. First game was a little bit of a difficult uphill battle for them. The second game was a bit close, but they did manage to pull out in the end. And now on game number 3, Shark Fights truly showed what they learned from this entire set and put it to the test, bringing Sheer Code down. And what a set that was. Both teams did extraordinarily well today, but at the end of the day, it is Shark Fights who came out on top.
Yeah, I mean, listen, if this is what we can expect from the rest of the tourney, I will be very, very entertained as to what we see. But with that, that'll be it for our round number 1. However, we're gonna take a very, very quick break before we get back to round 2. So stay right there or grab a drink, but come right back because we got more from the Ink Up 66 coming back to you in a little bit.